Hi, I'm Libby Gibson, Town Manager. Welcome to What's Going On in Town Government. We are here again at the 4 Fairgrounds Road Community Room where we've just finished our Board of Selectmen's meeting for tonight. We had, let's see, it was a medium-sized meeting.
Yeah, 2 hours.
2 hours, a little over 2 hours.
Yeah.
Our first discussion, really, there were a lot of kind of little things on the agenda, but one of the first discussions had to do with allowing the use of town property for a private nonprofit funeral home. And what ended up happening really was the board did not really express any overt objections to that idea, and that they've authorized the planning director to take a look at what potential town-owned parcels there might be to release for such a thing. It requires town meeting vote, and it would then require a lease and procurement, which means we have to bid out for the use of the property. But that would all come later.
You mean first the town meeting has to approve it?
First, the town meeting would have to approve a particular parcel for private use. So more to follow on that. There was a bit of public discussion about it.
Is anybody against it? I can't even imagine somebody
Well,
being
I
against
think
it.
there are some concerns about what information is out there about the need. There was some question tonight about whether or not there's a business plan, a business model for the operation, construction, establishment of it. The proponent, who is Catherine Stover, the town clerk, indicated there is a business plan, but to my knowledge, no one has seen it. I haven't seen it, the board hasn't seen it, so I think people would like to see it. There's also, I think, another individual got up and just asked some questions, not specifically, but about some of the information that is out there pertaining to the costs of funeral services, burials, things like that, and making sure it's accurate and factual. So
that if we do it, we're not going to be paying the price that we are paying now to go
well,
on finally.
Here's
the idea is that it's going to cost us a lot less.
Well, that's the idea. So what do we mean by a lot less?
Yeah, right.
And what do we mean by less even?
Right.
What does it cost now? What would it cost?
Right.
So those questions have yet to be answered.
Okay.
We also had some discussion about encroachment and brush cutting policies, which we are kind of revamping.
I think everybody sees a spot that they know that needs to be cut back.
Well, there's always a little spot,
Yeah.
and there's always your favorite encroachment that needs to get dealt with. Some of them are trickier than others. So anyway.
I mean, not that you would know that, but is there a certain law that says, okay, if you've got a shrub and you're on the corner,
yeah,
how far back should that shrub?
There is a town bylaw about that. I don't remember the exact number of feet, but there is something about that. We also had a very lengthy discussion about town office locations. I don't think I can rehash the whole thing all over again right here, but to make a long story short, the thinking for the past year or so and what's currently in our long-term capital financing plan, which is currently being reviewed by the Capital Program Committee, is that, in a nutshell, beginning with the 37 Washington Street building, which is the building where the finance offices are now, finance would eventually move out of that building and into a renovated and expanded 20 South Water Street building, which is the old police station. So that building would get renovated and expanded. Finance would move in. The 37 Washington Street building would be demolished and additional parking would be created. Or a new idea has come up that perhaps the Marine Department would move over there. There would be a lot of renovation required for that, and that hasn't even been fully evaluated yet, but that's an idea. The 2 Fairgrounds Road building would be demolished and replaced with a new office building that would be resited to make better use of the property. The fire station would move out to this 4 Fairgrounds Road site, and the property that the fire station is on now would be sold and the proceeds used towards probably to offset the construction costs of a new fire station. We also have a new school proposal and some other building proposals that are a little bit out in the future. So some of these things are more prioritized, I guess I would say, than others. So the board had a lot of discussion tonight about, should town offices be downtown? Should town offices be out of town? Should there be a mix? Should the town sell the town building and the 20 South Water Street building, or lease those buildings, or keep them for court and sheriff office space and move other offices out of town. Should town administration go out of town? Should finance go out of town? So the end result, to make a long story short, was that the chairman agreed that he will put together a proposal to bring back to the board, because some of the thinking has changed in the last year or so about where the town offices should be located.
But we're gonna keep the town building where it is, though?
Well,
Or is that still?
for now.
Okay.
There was some discussion about
Selling that?
the selling that, yes.
Wow.
That it could potentially be demolished and that whole block turned into something else, retail or who knows. Or keep it there as the courthouse only, or and the registry of deeds and the sheriff and the registry of motor vehicles, perhaps. So anyway, lots more discussion going to be occurring about that. At our meeting next week, we have a liquor license issue. State law has recently changed to allow liquor stores to open earlier on Sundays. They can now open at 10 a.m. instead of noon. But in order to do that, the law doesn't go into effect until, I think, October 21st or 2nd, so next week, or 23rd, I forget. It's next week sometime. So at our meeting, so in order for a liquor store to make that change happen, they have to go to the local licensing authority, which is the Board of Selectmen, and notify them that they are doing that, even though the Board of Selectmen can't deny it. It's a little weird.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, so we have several liquor stores that are going to come in and move their hours to 10 a.m. on Sundays. Parking. We're having a parking public hearing next week to potentially amend the parking regulations so that the town, the big proposal, I think, is that the town pier lot will be allowed for overnight parking from Columbus Day to Memorial Day. But if you are a local contractor, you will be required to have an overnight parking permit, and I believe it's $25. If you are a non-resident contractor, you will be required to have a permit that is probably going to be about $400, which is not a lot different, say, than if you were parking in the steamship lot in Hyannis or the Highline lot in Hyannis. Anyway, that's the main proposal. There were some other little ancillary parking things too, but those will come up at the hearing as well. We also have, this always is fascinating to people, first quarter budget reports for the general fund and all of the enterprise funds. People love those.
Oh, can't
Love
wait
them.
to hear.
I know, can't wait to hear how they're doing. And a kind of newish item is I've been asked to have the DPW director report on snow removal prep for this coming winter. So we're going to hear about getting the equipment ready, the salt supply, the sand supply, stuff like that.
Not too much salt now. It rots the
know.
cars out, doesn't it?
Doesn't
I
it?
always thought that we didn't need salt here.
Because don't we have enough? But
Well, that's, on the beach we do, but I mean, I
In
always
the-
thought
in
that
the
we
air.
didn't do that. I don't know, I just.
well, we don't really. We mix the salt a little bit, but we
Yeah.
don't. We don't
use
spread
a
salt
lot of
around
salt.
like a lot of other
Right.
towns do. So we're going to hear about that.
Yeah.
And what else is going on? I got a lot of stuff going on tomorrow. Listen to this. I have an energy group meeting at 2, parking at 4, potentially an insurance advisory committee meeting at 5, Builders Association at 6:30.
Oh, my God. What's going on with those Builders Association? What are they?
Well, hopefully they're happier now than they were a year ago because we've got more positions filled of some of the inspectors. So I
right.
really hope we've done a lot of things
to keep things
to
rolling.
keep things rolling and make them happier. So
Right.
hopefully they're going to just say they're happier and I can go, maybe.
Yeah.
I'm
Well, I
going
mean,
with-
don't they get you, isn't dinner included in this? At 6:30?
Yeah, but maybe I shouldn't say this, but sometimes drinks are included too. And it would be better if the meeting were before that part, if you know what I mean.
I do. I know. So,
So,
you gotta be, someone's gonna have to come and get you.
oh, no, I
Uh-huh.
mean, not for me. No.
Oh.
No.
Oh.
Sometimes people get a little bit boisterous, let me put it that way.
Oh, I see.
So,
It was like, when I was a cook in the Coast Guard, that was like, the place where everybody bitched, so I would have to hear it all.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know what I mean? It was
Yeah.
just a
I-
session of
yeah,
complaining.
session.
So as
A
soon as they have a few
session,
drinks,
yes.
they're gonna be on you.
Yeah, but,
Oh, Libby, why, you know,
well,
you
hopefully,
oughta do,
yeah, you
what about
oughta.
the potholes?
well, you oughta, yeah, I got some of that,
Do you get that a
too.
lot? I mean,
Do I get that a lot?
yeah.
Is the Pope Catholic?
What if you walk around the Stop and Shop? Do people stop you in the
You know,
Stop and Shop a lot?
not so much.
Yeah.
People are pretty respectful about that. Sometimes there's the, oh, quick question person. Mostly they're quick, but if I have my children with me, they can't stand when I start blobbering to people.
Oh, right.
But if somebody does have a question, I like to try to answer it, to, you know, get their mind at ease or whatever, and mine too, so I don't have to think about it.
Well,
And-
right, and you don't want to appear like you're snobbing or.
Exactly, yeah. I
you
mean,
know,
it's not
be there for people.
yeah, I just, if it's a quick thing, just
Sure.
answer it.
Yeah.
Especially if I know it. Now, if I don't know it, well, you might have to wait.
Right,
If I know it, done.
right.
Okay, so it has been such incredible weather. I wish it would stay like this for a
Well,
while.
I think we're getting a big rainstorm tomorrow, right?
Oh, except I did get this great new, incredible, awesome winter coat from Stephanie's recently,
Ooh,
and I hope I can say that where I got it from.
yeah.
But I can't wait to wear it. But I don't.
why is it so awesome?
Oh, it's just the coolest coat.
Is it a long one?
It's kind of medium long. Yeah, it's
And
kind
is
of
it
long.
frizzy and thick?
It's
and-
not frizzy. No, it's a down coat.
Oh, it's a down
it's
coat.
Dressy, kind of
Oh,
a
it's kinda
business
dress-
professional type of thing.
Oh, so you
but
can
it's
wear
really, really, really warm and cozy, and it's got furry,
Can
not
you
real
use it for
fur.
skiing? No.
I guess
You
you
could if you wanted to look a certain
I
way.
guess, but it's more a walking around coat,
Okay.
I would say. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So I'm very excited to wear it, but I also don't really want it to get cold. Not that big into the cold so much.
It's
I know it's coming.
It's
I
coming.
know. All right, I think that's it. Thank you very much. See you next time.